What would you do if you found love in the most unexpected corner of the world? Not once, but 3 times, with 3 brothers from a polygamous tribe in Bhutan. I used to think love had rules, that fidelity was black and white. But that belief unraveled the moment I stepped into the lush mountains of eastern Bhutan. I was 50, freshly divorced, and looking for nothing more than a quiet adventure. Instead, I stumbled into a love story so wild, so taboo, that even now, when I replay it in my head, I ask myself, was that really my life? Did that really happen? My name is Diane. I'm a 50-year-old woman from Oregon, the kind who used to buy organic kale, teach yoga at the local community center, and cry silently during old episodes of Grey's Anatomy. My marriage had ended after 22 years, not with a bang, but with the slow, soul-numbing fade of 2 people who stopped looking at each other. No affair, no screaming, just emptiness. After the divorce, I wanted something bold, something radically different. So I booked a cultural immersion trip to Bhutan. I'd read that Bhutan was the happiest country in the world. I didn't believe it, but I figured I could at least learn something from the people who lived there. My guide was a soft-spoken man named Songai. He picked me up from the Paro airport, and from the very beginning I felt something stir in me. A flutter of curiosity, maybe, or just the thrill of being noticed again. He was tall, lean, with dark eyes that held an entire world in them. But what caught me off guard was how present he was. Every word I spoke, he listened like it mattered. I met his family a few days into the trip. They lived in a remote village tucked between emerald rice fields and pine-covered hills. It was there that I was introduced to his brothers, Jigme and Dorji. 3 men, each as different as the winds that swirled through the valleys. Songai was tender and philosophical. Jigme was mischievous, a flirt with a laugh that made me feel 15 again. And Dorji was silent thunder, stoic, strong, and full of unspoken intensity. They belonged to a minority tribe where fraternal polyandry, 1 woman marrying multiple brothers, was not only accepted but encouraged. I was shocked and curious, but mostly I was disarmed by how natural everything felt in their presence. I came as a tourist, but with every shared meal, every long walk through the misty hills, every moment of laughter and shy glances, I felt something shift in me. And then one night I didn't go back to my guest lodge. Started with Songai. We were sitting by the fire pit after dinner. The moon cast silver shadows over the garden, and his voice was low, almost trembling. "You feel it too, don't you?" I nodded before I could even stop myself. The kiss came slow, hesitant, almost reverent. I hadn't been kissed like that in decades. It wasn't just passion, it was presence. Like he saw the pieces of me I thought were long forgotten. We spent the night together in his room, our bodies discovering each other with the kind of hunger that comes only after years of neglect. But the next morning everything changed. I woke to find Dorji standing silently at the doorway, a tray of butter tea in his hands. His face betrayed no emotion, but his eyes burned through me. I was ready to feel shame. But instead he said quietly, "It is good you are here. Songai is kind. You'll be safe." That sentence shouldn't have comforted me, but it did. Later that week, I walked with Jigme to the river. He teased me the whole way, plucking wildflowers and tucking them behind my ears. When we reached the water, he looked at me with a kind of mischief that made my pulse skip. "So, my brother got there first, huh?" he said, grinning. I felt my cheeks burn. I didn't mean to. I didn't know. He held up a hand. "Diane, here, love doesn't belong to just one person. Our family believes in sharing. Our village believes in harmony over jealousy." Sounded absurd, unreal. But then he took my hand and kissed it, and I melted all over again. Over the next month, I fell in love with all 3 of them. Differently. Songai wrote me poems. Jigme cooked for me and made me laugh. Dorji never said much, but his quiet strength made me feel anchored in a way I didn't know I needed. The village accepted it, welcomed it even. But inside me a storm brewed. I had grown up in a world of monogamy and shame. My brain called it betrayal. My heart called it home. One night, I stood in the rice fields, torn between guilt and elation. I whispered to Dorji, "This isn't normal where I come from. It feels like I'm cheating." He touched my cheek. "Then maybe your world is too small." I didn't know what to say. But I didn't leave. The real fracture came when I returned to the US for a brief visit. My daughter, Emily, met me at the airport. She hugged me tightly, then stepped back with narrowed eyes. "You look different." I told her everything. I wanted honesty between us. But her face